This is What's Wild in New Hampshire by wildlife biologist Eric Orff. Today, this afternoon, July 8th, I'm down at Brook State Park. Just talked to Kyle Lombard about the spongy moth, but I saw that today the Civil Conservation Corps Museum is open. So I stopped in to talk to Renee. And my dad was in the Civil Conservation Corps back in the 1930s, and I talked to him about it, but I wished I talked about it more with him. But let's see what Renee has to say about the museum. It's open. Give us
Fridays between 1 and 3 p.m. and Sundays 10 a.m. to noon.
Okay. So tell us a little bit more about yourself, Renee. How long you been working for down here at the park or working for the state?
Yeah.
Give us some details of how did you get the job? A lot of people would like to be a forest ranger, or as in my case, I was a wildlife biologist. Oh, I was going to do that, but I became a plumber instead, which is a fine job. But how did you land yourself down here in Brook State Park?
So my name is Renee. I'm originally from Oregon, and I've been here at Brook State Park since April. I'm the interpretive ranger at Brook with the Discover the Power of Parks program, which is run between New Hampshire State Parks, AmeriCorps, and the Student Conservation Association, with support from Eversource Energies. It's kind of all of the partners that work with us. I spend my weekends here at Brook. I'm in the campground doing night hikes and campfire stories and tree hikes and things like that during the weekend, and then I'm in the museum 2 days a week trying to tell people about it. So interesting, you talked about spongy moth in particular. The cruise here at Brook in between 1935 and 1938, there's records of one of the major projects that they had was stopping the spread of them in the trees.
Wow. In
this area. This building that we're in is original. We have one of the largest still standing Civilian Conservation Corps built headquarters in the United States.
Wow. So what are some of the things in here? I see a picture of a big crowd there. How many typically would be at the camp at any given time?
That I'm not 100% sure. I don't know how many men went into this camp. Probably a couple hundred.
Okay. And you said they had to be unmarried men from a certain age?
17 to 25.
17 to 25. And their stint was?
6 months.
6 months.
They could reapply up to 2 years. However, so this camp started in 1935 as a junior civilian camp, so it was 17 to 25. In 1935, it was changed over to a veteran civilian conservation corps camp, so they were all veterans of World War I, and that age
World War I.
Yeah,
Yep.
The age group extended out.
Yep.
So between 1938 and 1942, it was a veteran CCC camp.
Oh, okay.
And they built the bathhouse across the way.
Ah. What were some of the other projects they did here in the park?
So Bear Hill Campgrounds, all of the cabins up there were built originally by them, and there's a map that is the original hand-drawn map of the area when they were planning to put stuff. Also, majority of the trails here at Brook State Park were built by these guys. Nice.
So it's still open?
Yes.
Fridays?
Fridays from 1 to 3 and Sundays from 10 to noon.
So lots to see and learn here at the Civilian Conservation Corps Museum here at Brook State Park, right nearby. Stop up to Brook. Come on in Friday or Sunday and talk to Renee and talk about the museum here and the wonderful work done by the Civilian Conservation Corps. And hey, my dad was part of that, and I'm glad that I've come to check it out. Thank you very much, Renee. This is wildlife biologist Eric Orff for What's Wild.